So you want to hit better hybrids. You want to hit them straighter, you want to hit them longer, and you want it to be a club you can rely on to rescue your game. Because after all, these clubs did used to be called rescue clubs, didn't they? So how can I do that? And how can I do that by potentially not even looking at the ball? Okay, it works for a title, so we're going to use it. I want to think about where my low point is with this hybrid, because here I have a Callaway UW hybrid, so a utility wood hybrid. It's 21 degrees of loft, so it should be quite a weapon for off the tee. It should also be a nice weapon into long par 4s or par 5s, or even those really difficult par 3s that we all tend to struggle with. So if I hit this like a mid-handicap, high handicap potentially would do, you can see that I'm going to just hit down on it ever so slightly, and the ball's just going to pop up a little bit high. It's going to float off to the right. We might just get 200 yards out of it, maybe 175 carry up to 185, but you see that's on the right-hand side. That's not ideally what we want to do with a hybrid, because I'm hitting that like I'm hitting an iron. I'm hitting ever slightly down on it, ever slightly across on it. And as you can see with the numbers here on the GDR system, it's just a little bit out to win. The face was a little bit open. The head speed was good, ball speed was okay, but the spin axis is way off. And that's because we're looking at the low point in front of the ball like we would do with an iron. I want to treat this a little bit more like a driver, not entirely like a driver, because obviously the ball's not going to be teed up massively unless you're on a tee, but I'm still not going to hit too far up on it. I'm going to try and sweep the club away more and have a nice level angle of attack at this ball. So what I mean by that is making sure my low point is just at the ball. So I can only do this by taking the club away nice and shallow to the ground. I can't do that by picking the club up or even picking it inside, because as soon as you get in this position here with your arms in a really steep shaft plane, the only way you can attack this ball is by trying to hit down on it again. I see this so often with people with hybrids, with 7 woods, and generally it adds loads of spin to the shot. It can take away from the quality of strike, and you can actually start to see shots that go a little bit like this. Really low, lots of left to right movement on them, and again, it's not going the distance you want them to go. So say I had a par 3 at 200, 210 yards, and my goal is to either hit the green, which would be a very, very good shot. It'd be inside tour average from that distance, or be around the green, be on the fringe, give myself a nice simple chip for up and down. So what I'm going to try and do here is make sure, first of all, the ball position's in the right place, so it's not too far back, which would make me want to try and hit down on that ball. It's not too far forward, where I would really try and sweep it up. And then, you see, the problem with it being too far forward as well is you can get this shot. Oh no, I've topped it. How many people top hybrids? It's so frustrating, it's so difficult to do, but that's because your ball position's wrong, your spine angle gets back. If that ball position's correct, it's just forward of centre, I want to make sure I take that club away nice and shallow, load up to the top of the backswing. As I start transition, I'm turning my body, the club stays nice and far away from me, and I sweep that ball off the surface. So there's very little ground interaction at all, because the club's low point is at impact. So if I were to do that, you'll see straight away, I can hit that ball a lot straighter. It's still a nice big fade, it's on the fairway, and we've hit that 200-yard shot on the nose. So I can start to hit much more consistent shots, much more straight and accurate shots, all by making sure I'm looking just behind the ball, not in front of the ball, not at the ball, just where I want the low point to be as the club makes its way into ball. Guys, thanks for watching. Smash that subscribe button if you want to see more, and I'll see you all at the same time